everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Quick Snips with me, your host, Sara Rae Wisniewski. Now, starting off with music news, get out your cardigans and your Chardonnay because Taylor Swift just dropped one of the coziest albums of 2020. Thursday morning, the star announced via Instagram that she would be dropping a full album at midnight. Now, this came as a complete shock to fans as the star typically gives little clues leading up to her music drops. Titled Folklore is very different than Swift's most recent albums. Folklore takes fans back to a younger version of Taylor with similar styles to her Red album. Since the drop, fans have been trying to tear apart the lyrics that Swift said each tell a very different story. This album completely smashed the charts, selling just over 1.3 million records worldwide in less than 24 hours. It also set a new Spotify record for first-day album streams with over 81 million. Many fans are even speculating that the album will for sure be a favorite in the eyes of the Grammys. Alongside the album drop, Swift released a beautiful video to go along with her new song titled Cardigan. This video now has over 26 million views. In other music news, star Demi Lovato just announced her engagement. Wednesday night, she took to her Instagram to share the exciting news alongside her now fiancé, Max Etrich, along with some adorable photos. The caption of this perfect beach proposal reads, quote, "When I was a little girl, my birth dad always called me his little partner." Something that might have sounded strange with his Southern cowboy-like accent. To me, it made perfect sense. And today that word makes perfect sense again, but today I'm officially going to be somebody else's partner. Now, yes, these photos are stunning, but what stood out most to me was that huge ring. So if anybody's trying to propose to me soon, let that be your inspo. Moving on, I've got some TikTok and YouTube drama. This past week, a lot of stars such as James Charles, Charli D'Amelio, and Tana Mongeau were under blast for attending a huge LA party despite the social distance warnings. BuzzFeed confirmed that this party was hosted by makeup guru Nikita Dragun at the iconic Hollywood Hype House for TikTok personality Larry Merritt's birthday. This group posted lots of videos and photos of themselves drinking with no signs of 6 feet apart or masks. What sparked this drama was a tweet from YouTuber Tyler Oakley, saying, quote, "If your favorite influencers are at a huge house party during a pandemic and are dumb enough to post about it on social media, they are bad influences and you should unfollow them." He followed up directly by tagging those big names in attendance, telling them to follow the rules. Larry responded by tweeting that he should have listened and apologized. And finally, comedian Nick Cannon found out the true impact of cancel culture this past week when he lost his connection with Viacom CBS that dated back to the 90s. This was due to some anti-Semitic comments that were made on his podcast, Cannon's Class. Once his podcast episode got popular, he was fired from hosting his show Wild 'N Out, and his highly anticipated talk show was pushed back to 2021. Cannon has since apologized for these remarks and stated he has begun a dialogue with rabbis and other Jewish leaders to better educate himself. Well, that's all I have for this week. I'm Sara Rae Wisniewski once again, and I'll see you next week with more Quick Snips.